Ah, yeah. Now I promised myself if I ever got to make a video about anything and put my opinion anywhere on the internet, I'm going to sing the highest, utmost praises for Natália Silva, the MMA fighter out of Brazil. She is amazing. She's an amazing fighter in the 125-pounder division, ranked number 5. She's just coming off a fight September 7th against Jessica Andrade. I watched that fight live. That was a brutal beat down. She's just too fast for these girls, man. She's just, as soon as she gets in there and the fight starts, she starts throwing these exchanges with these girls. It's like, man, you could tell they have no business being in a striking match with her. None whatsoever. And I honestly, like, we're gonna get to all her strengths and her weaknesses and where I see her going in the future, but I 110% believe she can become UFC champion. She's championship material. Just heart of a lion, absolute crazy athleticism. She's so fast, so strong for that size. She's very well disciplined, very well coached. If you know what happened with her upbringing and everything to her sister, I'm not gonna get into that, but she's a very strong woman for going through all that and persevering. So hats off to her. Yeah, man, she's really great in every aspect. I remember watching the Teresa Bleda fight. Did you say Bleda? And I thought coming in, one thing that worried me was Bleda's just so big. He came in with a reach of 71, and Natália Silva only has a reach of 65 inches. And she's also very tall and big for the weight class. But what surprised me, Natália Silva, she also is well stocked, well stacked. Very good definition on the shoulders. You could tell she stays in great, phenomenal shape year round, that's a great sign. That shows somebody's hungry. They want to be a champion. They know what it takes, and they got people around them in their ear telling them good things. That's a really good sign. But yeah, even though she had a really prominent size mismatch, it really didn't matter. It wasn't much of a factor. She was able. Of course, Bleda got it down. But the first takedown of the fight actually was Natália Silva reversing an entry. She really holds her rear overhooks and her underhooks really well, and she was canceling out the first shot that Teresa Bleda threw on her. And she's able to counter that, take all her momentum, and judo hip toss her over and get top position. But that wasn't very long. Bleda scrambled and got on top of her. And right after that, Brian was just just showing grappling showcase, showing what Silva's got on bottom, and she's got some good stuff, man. She's working with some real nice grappling game. Excuse me for that. I had something in my throat. Apologies. But yeah, she's on bottom half guard, right? Like I said, she got countered and scramble end up on bot. She's bottom half guard. She's up with a beautiful sweep to go top half guard. Beautiful, but then gets stuck in a triangle choke, and it's tight. It's real tight, man. And Bleda's even able to hook the leg, and she's working it real hard. She's got it in tight, but not tight enough. Silva's able to survive, and that just goes to show you, man, don't tap. Go out to chokes. Tap if you're going to break something, but go out to a choke, man. You can survive it, especially if hey, man, I got a minute left, and I'm in this choke. Let's be calm right here. Let's collect my breathing. We've seen Volkanovski do it. We've seen, I can rattle the names. I'm not going to do it. We've seen plenty of people survive choke. Just recently, Armin Sarukian and Charles Oliveira. Again, that was shorts falling down, but still, same thing. So yeah, she was able to survive the triangle choke, and I kind of knew. I remember watching this live. I rewatched it recently just to do this video, but I remember watching it live in my moments. I was like, yep, she's cooked. I thought she was going to knock her out round 2 to beginning, and fair enough to me, she almost did. She stumbled her coming out in round 2. She hit her with a crisp 1-2. She's got really great striking. She's really smooth, really technical. I love the way she goes in and out. She moves her angles really well. She's always on her toes. She throws really beautiful kicks. Got a beautiful Muay Thai stance. Love to see that as a Muay Thai practitioner myself. Love to see Muay Thai stances in UFC. It's beautiful to watch. The Wanderlei Silvas of the world, the Khalil Rountrees of the world. Love that shit. But yeah, she comes out round 2, and I wrote down here, Silva is so fast and moves so smooth, no wasted movements. And that it really is true. She doesn't waste anything. Everything's for a purpose. Everything's to set something up or get to an objective. Nothing's just for fucking show. And that's what makes me fall in love with her game so much, is that everything has a purpose, everything has a meaning behind it, everything has an objective. She comes in with a plan and she executes it, she sticks to it, and You know, that's why I think she's championship material, and that's why I think she could beat anybody in this weight class. And the only person I believe gives me worry about is Alexa Grasso, just because she could pitch a shutout against Alexa Grasso and then get choked out or some bullshit. Like, it could happen. But I think she would tune up Valentina Shevchenko. For the French girl, forget her name. Not even try to pronounce it. I think she would tune her up as well. She would fuck anybody up in this division. She just dismantled Jessica Andrade. Granted, Jessica Andrade is a bit of a gatekeeper, but Jessica Andrade is a former champion, and nobody really beats the shit out of her like Natália Silva just did. Like, people who beat her in dominant fashion like that usually go on to be greats. That's all I'm gonna say. At least from my memory. I could go and there could be a bum that beat the fuck out of Jessica Andrade and then lost 5 in a row. That could be that. I'm not in front of my Google Chrome at the moment. Got my notebook in hand. What can I say? We're living in the 1800s, right? The only one negative I wrote down, she has a tendency to leave her chin up in close exchanges. She has a tendency to get very anxious, I feel, when she gets close to an opponent. She likes to do all of her work from a distance, using her hand to set up her kicks. Turns over her kicks so beautifully. I love to see that. I'll get into that after this. But not he. What am I talking about? She just worries me with that chin being so up in those frantic, close, heated exchanges. I feel like a power puncher. I can't really think of anybody would pop. Like, Jessica Andrade gave me a huge worry about her because I feel like if she could have landed like 1 or 2 shots. But Natália Silva was able to take everything, get out the way, dodge, shoulder. One of the real big things I talked about last video with the fighting nerds, the shoulder rolls by Brazilians. It's just Brazilians right now. I feel like Alice Pereira's doing it really well. All the fighting nerds are doing it. Natália Silva's got pretty good shoulder rolls herself. They use it with great efficiency, and I think people should use that more in MMA. The shoulder roll is a very great, and it can load up so much options, so much power. You can get into that another time. Back to the fight. This is again Natália Silva versus Teresa Bleda, UFC Vegas 60. My bad. UFC Vegas 85 to 65. Fucking idiot. But yeah, that chin. I don't like that chin being up. She gets very anxious and heated close exchanges when she doesn't. She likes to have it at a certain distance, like I said, setting up her kicks. And if she's too close in, I feel like she gets a little frantic, a little anxious, and her brain starts to I feel like the best way to beat Natália Silva is to get her thinking. You know, don't let her get in a rhythm. Don't let her get setting up shots, setting up different angles. Don't let her get her timing. If she gets in a momentum, she gets really good momentum. She gets her timing down. You're kind of cooked. That's basically it. The only thing you can hope for is to have a good chin, I guess. But she's also got power. Like, it's insane. It's insane. She has no nickname. I want to fix that. She deserves the nickname the Phoenix. Natália the Phoenix Silva rises out of the ashes. I think it's apropos. Her fighting style is as beautiful as a phoenix, in my opinion, and I think it fits. I just think it fits for her personality, for her career. I mean, if you look back at her career when she first started, she lost like 2-3 in a row. She was 1-4, 1-3 her first couple fights in her MMA pro career, and she was able to, go on a huge run. It hasn't lost much since. I think she only lost once after that, but then she's been on this huge run outside of promotion and has maintained it ever since coming in the UFC. Is undefeated here, and I think she's got a chance, man. I'm wholeheartedly behind her. I'm a huge fan. She's gonna be champion. Mark my words, she is going to be champion, and she is going to be one of the greatest female fighters of all time. I believe she could tune up Valentina Shevchenko. I believe nobody could really stand with her. The only hope you have is to get her out of there early on the ground. But I don't see nobody standing with her. Nobody. And right down here, too much to handle on the feet. Looks to have speed and power. And that's what surprised me the most. She was hitting Bleda with these crazy shots in round 2 that didn't look like she was loading up at all, but she was getting these big reactions and stumbling her at times. And she has great footworks and combinations coming forward, which I love to see that. Coming forward, a lot of fighters struggle. They like to be on the back foot, attacking, pull back, come back. It's really the basis of striking in MMA at this point. Hardly anybody really can set up anything coming forward without getting caught or leaving their chin exposed. She has great combinations and footwork coming in forward. Only thing, like I said, if her opponent starts to pressure her while she comes forward, it gets too close to her and kind of takes up that space and makes her uncomfortable. You could like overwire her brain and possibly beta major reaction out you could punish. But other than that, like, great footwork, great hand speed, great combinations. Everything about it is so technically on point. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And right here, she really does put combinations together well. And I mean, yeah, she uses her hands to set up her kicks. And I want to get back to turning over her kicks. I didn't really go into anything about that, and I want to talk quickly about this before we wrap up the video, because I just really want to talk about this fight and glaze her as a whole. There's more Natália Silva videos coming. Trust me. Trust and believe. We get better mics, better camera, shit. Hella more Natália Silva breakdowns. Trust that. But I want to talk about her turning over kicks. Turning over kicks is like turning over your punches, right? So when you punch somebody, right when you make contact, or right before you make contact, you know, you keep your hands loose, fists loose, and then you stiffen up your fist into a, you know, balled up, actual proper fist, and then you turn that punch into the opponent you are punching. So, like, to get that extra torque into the jaw. Same thing with kicks. When you're throwing, let's say you're an orthodox, right? You're throwing a rear body kick. So you're in an orthodox stance, your right foot's behind you, you're throwing a right body kick to the opponent's left side. Boom, hits him on the left side of the body, right? Now, when you throw this kick, a lot of people tend to either rotate their hips far too early or not at all, and they just throw the leg out there and hit the body or whatever, the leg. When you throw this kick and you make contact with the body, boom, you want to torque your shin and your hips at the same time into your target. You know, you go back and watch the Leon Edwards Kamaru Usman fight. Granted, Kamaru was also going into it, but that kick was a hell of a kick, hell of a turnover as well. The shin, once he makes contact, that's when he torques everything into it, and all that momentum that's coming comes to a point, the point of impact, and then you bring all of that forward ferociously through with the hips and the shin, and that causes most of the damage with your kicks. That's why you see a lot of Muay Thai guys, when they're kicking legs, they basically damn near fucking when they kick with their rear leg to a lead leg kick, they damn near fucking turn all the way to the other side and have their right shoulder facing the opponent instead of being back in their orthodox stance. They damn near, and they have to bring their rear leg back in a checking motion to get back in stance. But yeah, Natália Silva, she does a great job of turning over her kicks. I'm sorry for rambling and stumbling through all that. I'm still kind of getting used to this format of talking, recording, and all that, but hope you understood. Basically, I was trying to get to turn over your kicks. Just make sure once you make impact with the point of body, point of contact, you are kicking, you turn your shin and hip over to finally boom, maximize all that impact into said target. Right, good. Let's move on. Yeah, so she also has really powerful takedown defense. She uses her overhooks, her rear overhooks, on the left side of Bedell. Shit, I haven't talked about it at all. My bad, Bleda. She was using her rear overhooks really well on Bleda, and her underhooks as well to stop the takedown, stop the engage of the takedown, and just halt that bitch. But she kept getting pushed to the cage because of this. She was taking overhooks and underhooks and kind of being satisfied with this, but she was able to angle off the cage at certain points. And towards the end of round 2, she was showing that she could still go. She was showing she still had gas, still had power. She's still able to shuck off all these takedowns. And that's good to see going into round 3. She still got some good cardio going in. And as everybody knows, everybody's seen the highlight, if you know Natália Silva. Bleda comes in, tries to engage for a takedown, and Silva times a perfect spinning body kick and hits Bleda right in the head, right in the motherfucking face. Basically puts her out. A couple follow-up shots. It's over. But yeah, it's over. Natália Silva, I just see her doing that to most everybody in the division, man. She's ferocious. Natália the Phoenix Silva. Yeah, my favorite women's MMA fighter of all time, I've got to say. If you like the video. If not, comment what we could do better. Other than that, have a good one. Love you all. Goodbye.